Living in a castle. Yeah, living in a castle is not what you would think. People assume sometimes when they see the grandeur and beauty of the forest and the building that there's going to be a butler answering the door, and there's going to be staff, and you're going to be wearing perhaps an evening gown and holding a glass of champagne. It's once in a while you may have evenings like that, but it's far from that. It's getting up in the morning. There's no central heating. There's fires like there used to be 200 years ago. That was the modern method of heating. There's heavy blankets. You wear lots of clothing in the winter. It is absolutely freezing. It's a beautiful building. I think it's inspiring. It's inspired so many people that have come through here to have different careers. We've had photography students, we've had films, we've had Hollywood films shot here, we've had ghost films, we've had any mixture of things. There's no way that you can go away not being inspired. The castle is very much living and breathing, almost building, not just with memories, but itself. It's alive. As for ghosts, it's haunted. They're very gentle creatures. There's no nasties, nobody with a knife, no one headless walking around. It sounds above the nursery, children running, laughing. You go upstairs at 3 a.m. and there's no one there. That's happened. I can't even count the times that's happened. And you follow the voices and there's no one. Sometimes people see the ghosts. Sometimes they just hear them. I've had people here that have never seen or heard them. So I don't know why. I mean, I'm not a psychic per se. Many of our volunteers, our interns, have their own separate ghost stories, different from anything I've experienced. They've caught a picture of Harriet on the staircase. Harriet was the little girl that was, it was a midsummer party, and she was almost 8. She was sent up to have her hands washed up the staircase, the grand staircase, and on coming down, she was looking to see if her friends were there. It would have been very polished. They had 40 people waiting on them. That's when they didn't have a party. And she leaned over and slipped and fell to her death. Now, she's been seen and heard countless times. And Killian Stewart, it's his festival, Castlepalooza, which there's several thousand people camping around the castle, and music and entertainment and shops and food for 3 days and nights. And he would come with his volunteers or his staff to stay in the volunteer room. This is going back before it wasn't permitted. And this one time, his staff had gone downstairs, and he was getting up, and he saw this little girl with a white pinafore and a blue dress, and child. And he looked at her, and then he looked away, thinking, there's no children in here now. And then he heard, la, 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 as clear as that. Now he came downstairs very fast, and he said, are there kids here? And we said, no. What did you hear? And he said, I heard that la, la thing. I said, no. I said, you just have experienced Harriet, because that's what she does. He has not stayed here with his crew since. He won't go near the room. He stays in a B&B and would rather spend money not staying overnight here anymore. It's not things that you would see in these films where all of a sudden there's this ghost in your face and got an axe, or they become a skull or something like that. It's just as if they coexist with us. And now and again, the veil lifts and we get to see them. Maybe they get to see us. I don't know. You know, they're just here. They're just around.